Good afternoon, this is Steve Reed and welcome to this tutorial on the Uniform Residential Loan application. I just want to spend about 2 or 3 minutes and go over just some very important points of the loan application to help you understand this better, whether you're getting a refinance or you're actually purchasing a home for the first time, or maybe not even the first time, but things change on this loan application periodically. So I want to go over just some of the high points of this. Whenever you're given this by your loan officer to take home and sign, or if you sign at their office, few pertinent points you want to look at. You always want to look in here, make sure your loan amount looks correct, check your interest rates, your number of months, make sure if it's a fixed rate or an ARM. So double check that information. You'll go down here. This is the property address that's being used for collateral under Section 2. Make sure that address is correct. Some of the other boxes you can kind of glance at if it's a purchase or refinance. If it's your primary residence, a secondary residence, or an investment, that's important as well. Going on down the page, some of these boxes are not as important, but you will want to make sure how you want your name to read on the deed, where it says title will be held in what names. So double check that. Of course, this is where it lists the borrower and co-borrower full name here. Make sure your social security numbers are correct in these boxes. Of course, here's your date of birth. Double check that and scan that before you sign it. Check the present address. This does not necessarily mean the home that's being used for collateral. And also your mailing address here. Check down here under employer, make sure that information is correct, and keep in mind we do require, as you'll see right here, a 2-year history on your employment. The dates have to be exact and they do have to be correct. So please be as thorough as you can for your loan officer. If you feel they need more information, please do let them know. So this is your first page, and you're going to go up here at the top. If it's two borrowers, the borrower and co-borrower here will need to sign this. Let's go on to page 2. This is where we're going to list your income. Most of the time it's just the base income up here. If we are trying to use overtime or bonuses, commissions, etc. to qualify, we'll put those here. We always want to know what your present rent amount is here. And going on down, we don't have to have account numbers at the time of application. We may insert those later from your bank statements, but we do need to know who you bank with, the approximate balance, if you've got any retirement accounts in these sections over here on the left-hand column. Now in the right-hand column, you don't need to fill these in. These will come pre-filled from our credit report. They'll automatically go in these sections. We'll look at this and make sure it's correct. One thing you will also need to let us know about is your alimony or child support. If you pay that, that won't come from the credit report. So you'll need to let us know that down here toward the bottom of page 2. Now really the most important page I feel like is page 3 on this application. And here's page 3, and we list any other real estate you own here, and we'll list a little description as far as the amount you owe, what the property's worth, mortgage payments, taxes, and insurance here. So we want to be sure we get that correct. Over here the declarations under section 8. Be sure and make sure those are correct. Those are some yes and no questions. Have you had a bankruptcy in the last 7 years? Do you have any outstanding judgments against your credit? And so on. And really, section 7 here is what I feel like is the most important section on the application, and that is your details of transaction. You want to pay really close attention here. It's going to list your purchase price, and normally there won't be anything down until you get to D. If you're paying off some debts on a refinance, that'll be there. If it's a purchase, you'll get down to E, which prepaid items are going to be items such as prepaid homeowners insurance, prepaid interest on the loan, taxes that you have to put in escrow. So this is kind of your money you're setting aside in the prepaid section. Pay attention to that. Here's your estimated closing costs under F, and then your funding fee, which if you've got a rural development loan through USDA, or if you're getting an FHA loan, and in some cases a VA loan, you will have a funding fee that'll go here. That's financed over and above the loan amount. That can be anywhere from 0 to 3.5% for USDA. Discount that's normally blank. Total cost are going to be here. What this total cost is going to do, it's going to add your purchase price, prepaid items, closing cost, your funding fee, and then it's going to be a total here. Now, if you're getting subordinate financing, a second mortgage, it'll subtract off that total. If the seller's paying some of your closing costs, it's going to subtract off, and your loan amount's going to subtract off that total. Your funding fee that you're going to finance is going to come off. That's going to give you your loan amount after all that. And that is once you subtract all these figures from the box I right here, that's going to give you the cash you need at closing. That's an estimated figure. So really this section here, what it's going to do is it's just going to summarize every bit of where your funds are going, your total cost, how much you're going to need at closing. So in just a really quick snapshot, you can look at this section. Now, we do have the 3-page good faith estimate that is going to break down more of your cost and show you that from this total, here's what's going to the attorney, here's what's going to the appraiser, etc. So that'll give you a breakdown on other forms that'll be in your loan package, but this is a good summary page to tell you just at a glance how much you're going to need for closing and what those total closing costs are. Now, you're going to need to sign this, and I don't think I mentioned, but you don't sign page 2. You will sign page 3 and date it for the borrower and co-borrower. Of course, the loan officer signs here, and there's normally not a page 4 unless you don't have enough debts. Let's go back up to page 2. If you get back up here and you have more debts than will fit on this page 2, we will carry over into a page 4. Sometimes we'll have you sign that as a blank page, but page 4 may or may not be filled out. We have to now list our company state license number, or what we call our NMLS number, and that's through the National Mortgage Licensing System. So we'll have our numbers here and here, our state number, and our company license number will be at the top of page 1 on the application. So that's now required through the Department of Financial Institutions in the state of Tennessee for that to be on all loan applications. So to summarize, again, pay very close attention to this loan application. It's going to give you a great summary of everything you need to know, and you can dig further into the other forms that I will be doing a tutorial on as well. But for now, let's just use this as a tool. And of course, anytime we can help you answer any specific questions, we're happy to. But we did want to put this tutorial out on our website that'll maybe help walk you through some of the commonly asked questions. So if we can help you at all, you let us know. Thanks again.